Ever notice something strange? On days you dress sharp at the airport, clean shoes, simple blazer, neat pants, people just seem nicer. Gate agents smile more. TSA feels less intense. Fellow passengers actually say, "Excuse me." But throw on sweats and a hoodie, suddenly it's like you're invisible, or worse, under the radar. Coincidence? Maybe, or maybe not. Because here's the thing, what you wear to the airport doesn't just affect your comfort, it can shape your entire travel experience. From how fast you get through security, to how much space people give you, even to how staff react when things get complicated. So, in this video, I'm breaking down the travel outfits you should skip and what to wear instead to stay comfy, confident, and yeah, maybe even get treated a little better. Stick around and drop your worst airport outfit fail in the comments. I know you've got one. Let's get into it. You're running late. The line at security is crawling. And just when it's finally your turn, you're stuck, bent over, wrestling with your lace-up boots while the person behind you sighs loud enough for the whole terminal to hear. Sounds familiar? Picking the wrong shoes for the airport isn't just a minor inconvenience. It can tank your whole travel day. High boots, sneakers with endless laces, metal accents, zippers. Anything that makes you pause and fumble is a red flag. They'll slow you down, hold up the line, or even set off the scanner for an extra pat-down. But the flip side isn't much better. Flip-flops or flimsy sandals? Easy to slip on, sure, but zero support. One surprise sprint to a faraway gate or a slippery airport floor, and you're down, literally. Plus, feet swell on long flights, and tight or unsupportive shoes turn that into a nightmare. Worst case, an emergency evacuation where you're hobbling barefoot or tripping over loose straps. Not a good look. So what does work? Lightweight sneakers, slip-ons, running shoes with solid grip. They come off fast at security, go back on faster, and keep you steady whether you're hustling through terminals or bracing for a bumpy landing. You finally get through security. Shoes off, trays stacked, arms raised. And then, barefoot. On that cold, slick airport floor that's seen everything from coffee spills to mystery stains. No socks? That's your reality. Unless you're in a pre-check line, most airports still make you remove your shoes. That means your socks, not your sneakers, are the only thing between your feet and that public floor. That's why socks aren't just some throwaway detail. They matter. Not just any socks, the right socks. Most people reach for something soft, stretchy, and easy, and on a long flight, that kind of comfort really matters. But socks do more than that. They're your first line of defense for comfort, hygiene, and even health. If your flight's longer than 2 hours, compression socks are a smart move. They help your blood circulate, keep swelling down, and lower the risk of blood clots, especially when you're sitting still for hours. It's one of those things you don't notice until you land, and your legs feel like they've doubled in size. And if you're the type who kicks off your shoes mid-flight, which, let's be honest, most of us are, do yourself a favor. Pack a fresh pair of socks. Slipping into a clean pair after takeoff feels surprisingly good, especially if the ones you wore through security have been through a lot. All right, let's settle this. Pants or shorts on a flight? At first glance, shorts seem like a no-brainer. They're light, breathable, and keep you cool. But airplanes? They're cold. And I mean unexpectedly cold. If you've ever spent hours under a vent blasting icy air onto your knees, you know the deal. So yeah, pants win. Every time. But not just any pants. You want something that checks 3 boxes: soft, stretchy, and non-restrictive. Think joggers or travel-friendly chinos. Anything with a loose waistband is a plus, especially if you tend to bloat mid-flight, which most of us do. Tight waistbands, belts, stiff fabric? That's a no. And here's something most travelers don't think about: safety. Leggings and other synthetic materials can actually put you at serious risk if there's ever a fire on board. So skip the synthetics. Natural fibers like cotton or wool are a smarter, safer choice, and still plenty comfortable for a long-haul flight. Fit matters too. Wide leg pants might look stylish, but they're a nightmare in transit. They drag on bathroom floors, get caught on escalators, and pick up every bit of airport grime along the way. Stick to tapered or slim fits. Cleaner, neater, safer. And here's a big one. Avoid jumpsuits or rompers. They look great, until you're in a cramped airplane lav and realize you have to basically undress just to pee. Not ideal at 35,000 feet. It's not the first thing most people think about when packing for a flight, but it should be. Get your underwear wrong, and trust me, you'll feel it the entire way. Hours in a cramped seat, limited movement, dry cabin air, it's the perfect recipe for discomfort. And if your underwear is too tight, traps heat, or holds moisture, you're in for a rough ride. Here's what to avoid. Anything synthetic that doesn't breathe. Those stretchy blends might feel fine at first, but after a few hours in a pressurized cabin, they trap heat and sweat, making you feel sticky, itchy, and miserable. Lace, shapewear, and super snug styles, also not your friend in the air. Instead, go for soft, breathable materials like cotton or moisture-wicking microfiber, something that moves with you and keeps everything cool and dry. The more your skin can breathe, the better you'll feel from takeoff to landing. And here's a tip most people don't think about. Pack a spare pair in your carry-on. After a long-haul flight, changing into fresh underwear can make you feel like a new person. It's quick, it's easy, and it makes a surprisingly big difference when you land. You've got the shoes, socks, and pants figured out. Now, let's zoom out and talk big picture. How do you build an outfit that works from check-in to touchdown? Start with your layers. The key isn't fashion, it's flexibility. Planes fluctuate in temperature constantly, and you never know if the gate lounge will feel like a fridge or a sauna. So go with layered clothing you can add or peel off easily. A base t-shirt, a lightweight hoodie, and a breathable outer jacket give you options without adding bulk. Now about that outer layer. Choose a jacket with real storage, not just tiny pockets that hold a lip balm, but deep, zippered ones. You'd be surprised how much weight you can shift out of your carry-on. Power banks, phone chargers, maybe even your laptop brick. It won't magically bypass security, but it will help you avoid those awkward, your bag's over the limit moments at the check-in scale. And yes, you'll need to take that jacket off at the security checkpoint, so keep your pockets organized. Don't be that person digging through random cables while the line stalls behind you. As for color, go neutral, go dark. Not because it looks stylish, though it does, but because turbulence and coffee don't care how cute your outfit is. Dark tones forgive spills. Wrinkle-resistant fabrics stay sharp even after hours of sitting. And here's something people don't often say out loud, but it matters. How you dress can affect how you're treated. Multiple flyers on Reddit have shared that when they dressed neatly, think clean shoes, collared shirts, polished but simple outfits, they got fewer questions at immigration, smoother check-ins, even random acts of kindness from staff and other travelers. One even said they were mistaken for airline crew, just because they looked professional. So, no, it's not about impressing anyone, but looking intentional and pulled together? That can go a long way in a place where first impressions happen in seconds. Accessories? Keep it simple. One watch. Small studs if you wear earrings. Nothing bulky. Nothing that sets off metal detectors. Skip the belt if you can. You'll have to take it off at the security checkpoint anyway, and no one wants to fumble with buckles while the line inches forward behind them. Because at the end of the day, a great airport outfit isn't just about looking good. It's about moving smart, staying comfortable, and being ready for whatever the journey throws at you. Let's talk about flight outfits that sound good in theory, but fall apart at 35,000 feet. One of the biggest offenders? Clothes that trap odors. Fabrics like polyester and rayon might feel light, but after hours in a dry, cramped cabin, they start holding on to sweat and smells. If you're flying long haul, or just unlucky enough to get stuck on the tarmac, you'll be glad you picked something that breathes. Next up, outfits that don't adapt. That top that felt fine at 8 a.m. might start cutting into your ribs by hour 3. Tight waistbands, scratchy seams, stiff collars, they don't mix well with airplane posture. The same goes for fussy details. Straps that slip, buttons that pop, sleeves that never sit right. If you're adjusting your clothes more than your seatbelt, they're not flight-friendly. And remember what we mentioned earlier about leggings? That one might have surprised you. They're comfy, yes, but many are made from synthetic fibers that don't just burn, they melt. In the rare but very real chance of an onboard fire or emergency evacuation, those materials can stick to your skin and cause far more serious injuries than cotton or wool ever would. This isn't just travel folklore. It was highlighted by aviation journalist Christine Negroni in an interview quoted by the New York Times. Her advice? Avoid artificial fabrics altogether when flying. It's not something anyone wants to imagine, but if you care about flying smart, it's worth thinking about. New clothes? Be careful. Just because it looks great in the mirror doesn't mean it holds up to 6 hours of sitting, sweating, or stretching. Give it a test run at home before your flight. Your future self will thank you. Now, here's something less obvious. How extreme or loud your outfit is can sometimes draw the wrong kind of attention at the airport. Multiple Redditors have shared that wearing ultra-edgy styles, ripped jeans, metal band tees, combat boots, spiked jackets, made them more likely to get randomly selected for extra screening. One even said that after switching to a low-key travel look, plain joggers, a soft sweater, and covered tattoos, those extra checks practically stopped. And while we're at it, let's talk about shorts. Yes, they're easy and breezy, but they're not built for flying. First off, airplanes are cold, like surprisingly cold. You might be fine at boarding, but 3 hours later, you'll be huddling under a paper-thin airline blanket, wondering why you didn't just wear pants. Second, cabin seats aren't exactly the cleanest surfaces, and shorts mean more direct skin contact with places that thousands of other people have sat on before you. Not great. And then there's the social side. One Redditor didn't hold back. I don't want someone's hairy legs touching me. Even if they're not touching, it's just gross to look at. Fair or not, people around you notice. And in tight quarters, dressing a little more considerately makes a difference. Bottom line, if your outfit would be uncomfortable during a delay, distracting in a middle seat, or even a little awkward during an evacuation, maybe rethink it. Fly in something that supports you, respects your space and everyone else's, and you'll land in a much better mood. So you've nailed the perfect travel outfit, but what about the things you wear with it? Let's start with accessories. You might think that tiny bracelet or sleek watch is no big deal, but anything with metal has the potential to slow you down at security. Chunky rings, layered necklaces, statement earrings. They're not just style choices, they're scanner triggers. If you're wearing a lot of bling, expect to get pulled aside. Here's the smarter move. Toss anything bulky or metal-heavy into your bag before you even get in line. It's faster, it's easier, and you won't have to fumble with zippers and clasps while everyone behind you is watching the clock. Now, if you travel with a medical device, like an insulin pump, a port, or a prosthetic, you're absolutely allowed to bring it through, but don't assume agents will just know what it is. Always let the TSA officer know before screening begins. A quick heads up saves time and awkward conversations. Even better? Bring a TSA notification card or a doctor's note explaining what you're carrying and why. Most of the time, that's all you'll need to breeze through. Still, every airport handles things a little differently, so it never hurts to check updated rules from both the TSA and your airline before you fly. Bottom line, accessories and medical items might seem small, but in an airport security line, they can turn into the biggest delays. A little planning now saves a lot of explaining later. That's the thing about air travel. So much of it is out of your control. But what you wear, that's all you. And when you dress with a little strategy, comfort, function, and a touch of common sense, you'll feel it. In the security line, in your seat, even when you're racing to make that connection. So the next time you pack, don't just think about where you're going. Think about how you're getting there. A smart outfit won't fix a delayed flight, but it'll definitely make the wait a whole lot easier. If you've got a go-to airport outfit or a travel wardrobe fail you'll never forget, drop it in the comments. I want to hear it. And if this helped you rethink what to wear on your next flight, don't forget to like and subscribe for more travel smart tips.